In 2021, fans were introduced to the first season of Loki and clearly loved it. But now, with the latest news that's been released, Loki fans will hate this disappointing update. Way back in June of 2021, Loki premiered as one of the first new Marvel shows on Disney+, and to great acclaim, I might add. Loki remains one of the better received shows on Disney+ to this day, and definitely one of the best TV shows Marvel has put out in a while. The show is chaotic, fun, intriguing, and truly everything fans ever wanted from a Marvel show. Plus, the character Loki, played excellently by Tom Hiddleston, remains a fan favorite. So it was clear from the get-go that Loki was a winner for Marvel and Disney. After all, who couldn't love storylines that deal with the multiverse? In many ways, Loki was the first Marvel show to really dive into the multiverse. I'm talking about a deep dive, a crazy deep dive.
Loki was going to have a series created for him were mostly surprise.
Since the first season of Loki aired, the multiverse has been talked about a lot more. Most recently in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That whole movie dealt with, among other things, Kang the Conqueror, played by Jonathan Majors, wanting to destroy multiverse timelines. Even though Ant-Man and his team managed to save the day, we did get a rather interesting end credit scene. Major spoilers ahead. At the end of this latest Ant-Man movie, we got to see none other than Loki, as well as Mobius, played by Owen Wilson, and a new Kang variant, Victor Timely, who was played by Jonathan Majors. The movie clearly sets up what is going to happen in the second season of Loki. But what exactly will happen in the show? No one knows. Even though the cast finished filming the entire second season months ago, there haven't been any official or credible leaks about the show yet. However, it does seem like Loki and Mobius are tracking Kang variants around the multiverse, thanks to that end credit scene in Ant-Man. It's also been confirmed that Jonathan Majors will have a role in Loki's second season.
Are you a fan? And I went, yeah, I think I'm a fan. And then I knew I was a fan when I saw Tom Hiddleston for the first time on set and went, yeah, I'm a fan. You know? Or no, in the trailer.
Something that hadn't been officially confirmed until recently, even though we all knew it to be true. At D23, it was revealed that the second season would open up the multiverse in a huge way, in an even bigger way than we've ever seen before, which is definitely more than a little exciting. Tom Hiddleston has already come out and said that there's still so much more story to tell. He's excited about where Loki's going as a character, as well as where the convoluted and sometimes crazy show is going. Even though we still don't know a whole bunch about Season 2, we do know that Sylvie, a Loki variant and love interest for Loki, played expertly by Sophia DiMartino, is coming back for the second season.
She's on a mission. She's on a mission to do something, and she's not going to let anyone stand in her way.
At first, her return wasn't confirmed. DiMartino even said she didn't know if she would come back at all. But fans have seen her filming the second season with Tom Hiddleston. So we'll get to see where else Sylvie's storyline gets to go. After all, the last time we saw her, it was pretty intense. She had sent Loki into another dimension. Also, she could kill He Who Remains. She successfully got to kill him. However, it didn't bring her what she thought it would, leaving her lost and alone at the Citadel at the end of time. Who knows where her story could go from here? Yet another reason why fans are waiting for Season 2 of Loki to drop as soon as possible, especially considering the show wrapped up filming some time ago. That's where we get into the rather disappointing news about the second season of Loki. Fans began to worry about the second season of the show when nothing new was announced about it once 2023 started. After all, shouldn't the show be talked about if it's going to air that year? Then reporting came out that Bob Iger had new plans, and Marvel agreed to hold off on all the shows they wanted to air in 2023. This led to the realization that fans would only get 2 new Marvel shows in all of 2023. These shows were supposed to be Loki and Secret Invasion. At Comic-Con, Kevin Feige announced that the second season of Loki would likely be out sometime in the summer of 2023. But now, it doesn't look like that will happen. Fans began to worry again when the official release date for the second season was changed. Changed to what? The dreaded coming soon, of course. Fans didn't love this change, especially because it was made quietly. Neither Marvel or Disney said why they decided to push back the date of the second season. They just did it without saying a word. As much as Marvel fans enjoy knowing when their favorite content is going to be released, this was more than a bummer. After all, nobody likes waiting a long time for the next season of their favorite show. But this also isn't the first time Disney has done something like this. Remember how weird they were with the Star Wars series Andor? It was like they kept pushing the official premiere date back again and again. Which is crazy because Andor became one of the best Star Wars TV shows ever. Even though fans know they'll eventually see the second season of Loki, they also don't really want to wait a long time for it. It's a TV show, not a huge movie. Fans shouldn't have to wait years for a new season, considering the first season aired way back in 2021. That's exactly what's happening with Loki. But Owen Wilson did pop into the picture to give fans an update, which is nice. Recently, when talking about his end credits scene in the new Ant-Man movie, he revealed that the second season would likely air at the end of summer or in the fall of 2023. According to most sources, it looks like we won't get Loki until fall rather than summer. Even Owen Wilson isn't sure, but he did give us a better time window than the bosses at Marvel. And for that, fans are thankful. Hopefully, the season won't be affected by this disappointing news. After all, the first season of Loki had great numbers. So many people watched it, mainly because it was such a good show. But again, that was 2 years ago. Will the viewers who so loved the first season return for the second? We all know Marvel or big Loki fans will. But what about the casual viewers? The people who put the show on back in 2021 because it looked interesting, even though they weren't big Marvel fans. Will they show up 2 years later for the second season? That's the risk Marvel is taking, it appears. It does look like Marvel and Disney want to slow down on all the shows they're putting out, as they don't want to exhaust viewers with all of their content, something that many accused them of doing back in 2021 and even 2022, when all those new Marvel shows came out. They might be right to hold off on airing the second season of Loki until later, but that doesn't mean that fans won't be disappointed. Now, if this latest season ties into some of the other Marvel TV shows or movies, fans will likely be pleased. After all, even though it might be rather unlikely, fans still want some sort of Loki and Thor reunion, if only for a moment. We can all dream, can't we? So even though we will eventually get a second season of Loki, fans will surely be disappointed to learn that they might have to sit and wait a bit longer for the season to actually drop.